Some fear that artificial intelligence will one day destroy humanity. But if the rise of the machines doesn't get us, drug-resistant bacteria just might. These microscopic killers already claim millions of lives each year worldwide, and our arsenal of effective antibiotics is dwindling fast. But what if we could use one threat to fight the other? What if artificial intelligence, this technology that scares us so much, could be the key to saving millions of lives? Today, you'll discover how MIT scientists just used generative AI to create completely new molecules that never existed before. Molecules capable of killing superbugs that resist all known antibiotics. And this isn't theory, it already worked in animal tests. Get ready. What you're about to discover could completely change the future of medicine. Here's the brutal truth. We're losing the war against bacteria, and most people don't even realize it. Drug-resistant bacteria already kill millions of people every year. Infections that were once easily treatable have now become death sentences. Drug-resistant gonorrhea, flesh-eating staph infections, pneumonias that don't respond to any treatment. Doctors are running out of options. The antibiotics that saved countless lives since penicillin's discovery in 1928 are becoming obsolete. Bacteria are evolving faster than we can develop new weapons against them. But Jim Collins, MIT professor of biological engineering, had a bold idea. What if we could use artificial intelligence not just to find new antibiotics, but to invent them from scratch? The study, published today in Cell Journal, shows this is no longer science fiction, it's reality. And the results are absolutely stunning. But before we dive into the details of this revolutionary discovery, you need to understand the size of the problem we're facing. Stay with me. Let's talk about superbugs. These microscopic organisms are survival masters. Every time we use an antibiotic, we're essentially training bacteria to resist. Arti Krishnan, MIT study author and computational biologist, describes what happened next as a massive bottleneck. Very few of these AI-prophesied molecules could actually be made in the lab. See, it's one thing for a computer to imagine a molecule. It's something completely different to physically synthesize it in the real world. Researchers had to manually sift through the AI hits, filtering for properties suggesting synthetic feasibility and drug-like characteristics. They ultimately arrived at a shortlist of around 200 promising designs. Of those 200, only 24 could be successfully synthesized. That's about 12%. A low number, but still impressive considering we're talking about molecules that never existed before. And here's the exciting part. 7 of these 24 molecules proved to be genuine antimicrobial agents, confirmed by laboratory tests. 2 showed particularly strong efficacy in mouse models of gonorrhea and staph infections, and notably, each seems to work through a distinct and novel mechanism of action not exploited by existing antibiotics. This is huge because it means bacteria haven't yet developed resistance to these mechanisms. We're literally one step ahead of them. But there's more, and the story gets even better. Keep watching. Jonathan Stokes, FAIR co-founder and antimicrobial chemical biologist at Canada's McMaster University, praises Collins's team for unearthing 2 highly promising antibiotic leads. But he also points to a critical challenge. The labor-intensive trial and error process underscores how far the technology still has to go in producing compounds that can be readily synthesized. It's a bit of an elephant in the room, he says, about synthetic tractability in Gen AI drug discovery. Antibiotics, because of the financial disincentives in this space, have to be cheap. They have to be cheap to discover, cheap to develop, and cheap to make. And here's the problem. If you create an incredible molecule that kills superbugs, but costs millions of dollars to synthesize, it will never reach the patients who need it. So Stokes and his colleagues developed a different generative AI tool called SyntheMol. This tool designs antibiotic candidates with chemical blueprints tailored for real-world manufacturing, not just computer screens. SyntheMol operates within a more limited chemical space than Collins's model, choosing only molecules whose building blocks can be synthesized with known, lab-proven reaction steps. This narrows the search parameters to tens of billions of molecules compared to the 10 to the power of 60 possible structures Collins's model explored. But it's still more than enough. And it's already working. SyntheMol has already yielded several drug candidates that Stokes and his colleagues, through a startup called Stoked Bio, hope to develop into treatments for bacteria linked to Crohn's disease and other hard-to-treat conditions. So now we have two approaches. Collins's model, exploring a virtually unlimited chemical space, and SyntheMol focusing on molecules we know we can make. It's the perfect balance between possibility and practicality. Cesar de la Fuente, who advises FARE and builds his own generative AI models to design antimicrobial peptide drugs, sums it up. It's a multi-objective optimization problem. The team is trying to balance the sheer breadth of biochemical possibilities the models can explore, with crucial metrics like drug potency, safety, low toxicity, and ease of synthesis. And it's working, but the real-world applications are even more impressive than you imagine. Akila Kosaraju, CEO and president of FARE Bio, a social enterprise non-profit created by Collins, says the tools are already delivering early wins. We are getting substantially more potent and less toxic initial compounds, she notes. And here's something that will surprise you. FARE Bio is being funded by the US government's Advanced Research Projects Agency for Health, ARPA-H, along with Google's philanthropic arm. Google is funding FARE to build open-source infrastructure around AI-guided antibiotic design. Open source. This means any researcher, anywhere in the world, will be able to use these tools. Kosaraju and her colleagues aim to move the most promising candidates into human clinical trials. Soon, these AI-created molecules could be saving real lives. We are building what we think is the most novel and robust pipeline of antibiotics in the world, she says. But let's talk about what this really means for you, for your family, for humanity's future. Imagine a world where bacterial infections are no longer death sentences, where complex surgeries can be performed without fear of drug-resistant hospital infections, where gonorrhea, tuberculosis, staph infections, all can be effectively treated. Think about the lives that will be saved. Millions of people every year. Children who won't die from pneumonia. Cancer patients who won't succumb to infections while their immune system is compromised by chemotherapy. Burn victims who won't develop fatal infections. And here's something even deeper. This technology represents a fundamental shift in how we do science. For centuries, we discovered drugs through trial and error, testing natural compounds, modifying existing molecules, hoping to get lucky. Now, for the first time in history, we can design drugs from scratch. We can tell the AI, create a molecule that kills this specific bacterium, that's safe for humans, that can be manufactured cheaply, and that works through a mechanism bacteria haven't developed resistance to yet. And the AI can do it. Not perfectly, not yet. But it's getting better every day. This isn't just a discovery about antibiotics. It's proof of concept for an entire future of AI-designed medicine. Cancer drugs designed specifically for each patient's tumor. Treatments for rare diseases affecting only thousands of people. Diseases pharmaceutical companies would never invest in researching because they're not profitable. Vaccines developed in weeks instead of years. Remember the COVID-19 pandemic? Imagine if we could have developed effective vaccines in weeks, not months. The possibilities are truly limitless. But there's a dark side too, and we need to talk about it. The same technology that can create life-saving antibiotics could also, theoretically, be used to create biological weapons. Bacteria engineered to be more lethal, more resistant, harder to treat. It's the classic dual-use technology dilemma. The knife that can cut bread can also be a weapon. The AI that can save millions could also, in the wrong hands, cause immeasurable harm. When technology is open, when many eyes are watching, when the global scientific community is involved, it's much harder for bad actors to abuse it. But we also need to be realistic. Technology advances. We can't put the genie back in the bottle. The only option is to move forward wisely, cautiously, but with determination. Because the alternative, not developing these antibiotics, not using AI to save lives, means condemning millions of people to death from infections we could have prevented. So where does this leave us? We're at a turning point in medicine's history. Artificial intelligence is no longer just an analysis tool. It's a creation tool. It's inventing molecules nature never created. It's solving problems humanity struggled to solve for decades. The AI-created antibiotics from Collins's lab have already proven they work in mice. The next step is human clinical trials. And if all goes well, and there's every reason to believe it will, in a few years, you or someone you love might be taking a drug that never existed until an AI dreamed it up. Think about that. A drug created by a machine, saving a human life. Isn't it ironic? We fear AI will destroy us, but it might be exactly AI that saves us. The race against superbugs is far from over, but for the first time in decades, we're gaining ground. We're innovating faster than bacteria can evolve. And this isn't just hope, it's reality. It's happening now. In MIT labs, in startups like Fair Bio and Stoked Bio, in universities around the world. The future of medicine is being written by algorithms, and that future looks bright. If this video opened your eyes to AI's power in medicine, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. In the comments, tell me, would you take an antibiotic created by artificial intelligence, or does the idea scare you? I want to know your honest opinion. And if you want to understand more about how AI is transforming science and saving lives, check out this video here. See you next time.